Hi guys, Paul Dexter here. Well, I just spent an hour driving to a location, shooting a video in front of an interesting location and coming back to edit, only to find out that it didn't save my video. I was actually talking about where my early videos I would do every Friday, and then it slipped to every couple of weeks, and then every month, and then maybe every major trade show. And that's kind of sad because you guys deserve more updates, and they're enjoyable to do. I enjoy talking to you directly via video, and I get a lot of comments from you guys that you enjoy hearing the updates from me. So I'm going to get back on the bandwagon. But also during those videos, I would make them quirky. I would paint a cowboy hat behind my head on the writing board behind me to make it look like I'm wearing a cowboy hat, or do it in an airport or a taxi or something dumb. And they were just kind of silly. But in honor of that, I drove to an old Mexican restaurant in Huntington Beach, California, where I grew up. One of the greatest places on earth, both the city and the restaurant. And I shot the video from there, and then I went and helped myself to some enchiladas. But now I'm just back to shooting it here in the office, and so it'll be a regular video. So first up is the 4th annual Jetbuilt User Summit in Chicago, Illinois this year. We move it around each year, and we're excited to do it in Chicago at the historic Congress Plaza Hotel, downtown Chicago. There'll be plenty of deep dish. There'll be plenty of networking and community and sharing of ideas, both from us to you and from you to us and from you to each other. Lots of fun food and drinks and everything else. It'll be a great time. Those of you who've been before probably already registered. Early registration is still going on. You can get in there and get yourself registered before the price goes up. We'll look forward to seeing you in Chicago. Next up, Cydia Denver is just a few weeks away. We're very excited to see you there as well. We've been doing Cydia ever since 2015 as well, including the few years where it was largely shut down. It was like us and 10 other vendors and none of our competitors, I'm proud to say. But we've just been supporting that show. We love seeing you there. We will see you there in Denver in a month or so. One thing we're launching at the show, and we're launching it then because it's largely been our residential integrators asking for this, and that is for you to send a proposal to your client over the web, which we already do, but they can now click a button and buy that project from home, and which also is great for smaller commercial projects as well, where the business owner may want to sign off on a project from home. But we're going Jetbuilt style a lot further than that. Through our API, you can have that signature and that purchase of a project tell your accounting software to generate an invoice. Tell Salesforce that you've got a new project and close out that opportunity. The accounting software can tell the project manager or owner that the deposit's been paid. Let's start buying stuff and install that project. So we're really trying to make it as comprehensive as possible, but it all starts with the ability for your customer to sign off on the project from home. Another thing we've launched is we've had for the last few years engineering scrub, where you can run your project through an engineering stage. You can force that before it goes to present to your client, or you may choose to do it after contract before you start buying items. Scrub it to make sure everything is good, still available, still made, and so forth before you start buying items. You can now do it both places, which sounds easy, but it was more complicated than it sounds. But also beyond that is that managers can override that each place. And remember, in company settings for enterprise accounts, you can require scrub on certain types of projects and not on others, because that's kind of a normal workflow. But a manager can override that. They can require it on some that don't normally require it, and they can not require it on others that normally do based on their judgment. We're spending a lot of time in stock. We launched stock some time ago. Many of you have been using it. Many of you have been giving us feature requests for it. And we've been spending a lot of time in there. And what you're going to see here in the next week or so will really make you happy. The ability to unallocate items from projects so you can move them to a different project for whatever reason you need to do that. Or you can unreceive things if you accidentally received something or incorrectly received something. Plus, when you click on an item, you can see a lot more information about where all of those iterations of that item are, with a lot more clarity than before, and as well as other reporting for things that you've purchased when and so forth. So we'll be rolling out iterations of these updates over the next few weeks. And then as usual, we're building everything else that you guys are asking for. There's about 1,000 feature requests in Jetbuilt, and we score and rank those based on how well they speak into other parts of the application, how many people are wanting them, and so forth. And we spend a lot of time deliberating and trying to make you guys happy with giving you the best features as quick as possible. And we'll continue doing that as we build out Jetbuilt. We'll see you out there, maybe in Denver, maybe in Chicago. Until then, this is Paul Dexter signing off.